Now we know how to create PDFs both from within Acrobat and from other programs that are compatible with Adobe. Now I'd like to talk about some of the collaboration tools that come with Acrobat. Personally, I think this is one of the areas where Adobe Acrobat really shines. Let's start by opening up a program. How about we'll go down here to our most recently used file list and choose our little Excel file that we made, and we'll use this as an example. Now, as I mentioned a few moments ago, you can right-click directly on your PDF document and get a number of options available. The first one here, add a sticky note, is one of your first collaboration features. But I'm going to click off to close that menu. I could also have hit the escape key on my computer keyboard. That would have closed it as well. And instead, I'd like to go up here to the Review and Comment button and click on the drop-down menu. And see, here's your Add a Sticky Note, as well as a lot of other options. So let's start at the top of the list, shall we, and choose Add a Sticky Note. Now here is where you type your note. Basically, this is an electronic post-it note on your PDF. And what we're going to do is type our note that we want the other people we're working with on this project to see. And notice here, you see a little teeny post-it note. And I can click and drag and put this anywhere I want to in the document. And if I double click on it, notice that my big note disappears. I basically folded it up and put it in here. Now when I point at it, can you see how the little tooltip pops up and it says who it's from, the administrator, and you can read my little note. And if I double click on it again, there's my larger note opened up again. Then it's telling you when it was created. Now I'm going to look at some of the options. You can set the status options, see? You can confirm or not confirm migration, or reviews. You can mark it with a check mark. So perhaps if there are several notes, or you just want to keep track in your head if you've seen this and reviewed it already, if you mark it with a check mark, you'll know what it means. You can make yourself a little note. You can minimize your pop-up note, which basically is the same thing as double-clicking on it. And we double-click again and it brings it back. You can reset the note's location, basically putting it wherever you want. You can delete it, reply to it, look at the comments list. As people send them around, they'll make comments to your notes. Now, if you've made changes, you can choose to make that your new default, and you can change the properties. You can change the appearance, see? We have a comment, but you could make it a check. Or a circle. You can change the color. There's a really nice variety. I kind of like the arrows for a lot of different things. So for example, if I say OK to my arrow and I want to click and move it, maybe I have a specific question about one particular item. And see, I can move that right next to that and it's very obvious what I'm talking about. Very handy. Back to properties. Your general information, it's saying who it's from. You could put your name. You can change the subject. And review the history. Where has it been and who's been looking at it? Now another way that I can choose to minimize my sticky note is to click on the little minimize button here right next to the time. Now let's go back up to reviews and comments and choose Show Comment and Markup Toolbar. Now we have a floated toolbar with some different things on it. Now if I want to, I can of course dock it, put it wherever I'd like here. Let's see here, we have our sticky note option again. We have text edit tools. If we click on the drop-down menu, We can insert text. And see, we've made a note here from the administrator about inserting text at the cursor.